Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity, of course, to thank the community and everybody outside the state that continues to rock with this show for more than 2.5 years. You guys truly mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much. Of course, to Mike and Allison over there putting up with my, they say not divish ways, but whatever, that's what we're sticking with, all right? Thank you guys so much, Rogue Media Network, for everything you do for me in The Public Affair. Before we continue with my very, very special guest, who I'm so elated is here today, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just some of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Joe Overa with Four Brothers Construction. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Darling Joe, his entire team of men that are just scrumptious, build affordable dream homes for you. Girl, they are. Okay, call the number on the screen to Joe Overa, Four Brothers Construction. Thank you so much, bro, for being a longtime sponsor. Of course, to B&J Refinishing with my boy Frank Biza, who focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. He offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. He also has inflatables, a mechanical bull, margarita machines, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more. Frank, come through. I didn't know she wanted liquor. I didn't know. Frank, we need you. We need you. To B&J Refinishing, thank you so much, bro, for sponsoring this episode. Oh, of course, to my boy David Santabañez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office to help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. I can't wait to take that picture with my first home next to him, and I'm gonna look super scrumptious. I can't wait. David, thank you so much for everything you do for me, bro. Truly appreciate you. Of course, to my girl Anika Armstrong with Pee-wee's Crab Cakes of Texas. You like Cajun, girl? Yeah, Cajun. It's all about Cajun. She's serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. My favorite is the crabby seafood pasta. Now, their top recommended is a southern fried catfish special served with seafood pasta, potato salad, and 6 fried shrimp. The fish is topped with Houdat sauce. I'm not telling you what it is. Next time you come back to Texas, head over to the 108 Gym Drive in Hewitt and order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesoftexas.com. To my girl, Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor, girl. Of course, to Waco Made Granite with Jay Perez and Henry Flores. They offer amazing granite, quartz, countertops, backsplashes, girl, and so much more. Perfect for rentals. If you're flipping homes or if you just need something new looking, you need something fresh looking, Waco Made Granite has got you. You can also mention this ad for exclusive Public Affair pricing. You can't beat this. You ready? $37 a square foot for level 1 material. Beat that, darling. Call the number on the screen for a consultation and follow on Facebook at Waco Made LLC to Waco Made Granite with Jay Perez, Henry Flores. You guys, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. You guys are the goats. Truly appreciate you. Of course, to Waco Fencing and stuff with my boy Juan Morales. Juan builds privacy fences and chain link fences for all, perfect for that extra at-home privacy. He also does demolitions, builds woods decks, stone patios, and gorgeous flower beds. Contact him with the number on the screen for your consultation. To my boy Juan Morales, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor, bro. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, guys. So like I said, I've been really, really excited about having this next guest onto the show. This sits in as my second Hollywood guest. Okay, I'm really excited about that. Right? She's passing through Waco. They said, Andrew, we got some time for you. We're going to pass through the show. I was more than elated. Most of us know her as Eva from Freedom Writers, but Miss April Hernandez-Castillo, all the way from the Bronx, is here on The Public Affair. How you doing?
I don't know, but yes, honey.
Do you love it?
Yes, honey.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you. First of all, you said that in one breath.
Thank you. Let them know.
I just felt that in my C-section. I was like, yeesh.
I love it. Thank you. Girl, okay, I'm seasoned pro at this point. Don't do me.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
And if I wouldn't knew that you wanted liquor, I would have had my mom whip up some coquito for us. Okay.
Wow.
Yes, I would have had her do that.
Coquito in Texas, nunca.
No, I know, but my mom lives here, so it's whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's from Brooklyn, so she knows how to make it.
Oh,
okay. We're both New Year weekends. That's
yes.
why that's why as soon as she was pulling up, like when she entered Waco, I was like, oh, I feel it. I feel the aura. I feel it. Okay, we're gravitating towards each other. Just turn the GPS off.
I love it.
No, April,
I never meet New Yorkers that live in Texas, ever.
We're a rare breed. What are you doing passing through Waco, April? First of all, what's going on here?
So I came here because I was a keynote speaker at Texas State University, which we did today, and we were talking about the mindset of an entrepreneur.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Did you enjoy the experience?
I did. It was amazing.
Good. Listen, I just have to say, I know there's 100 other places that you can be right now, but the fact that you guys took the time to come onto The Public Affair, I truly appreciate you. I got to give a shout out to JR out there. Okay, Jonathan Olvera.
Shout out to JR.
Yes, okay, Jonathan Olvera out there coordinating everything, and I'm so happy that it's an honor to meet you, honestly.
Oh, I'm excited. He was like, listen, he's Puerto Rican, he's New Yorker. I don't know, you guys have like this vibe. I go, you don't understand.
Yes, tell her.
Because there's not many of us.
There's not. Especially not here in this state.
Especially not here, but anywhere else, I just feel like, where are we?
You know where you got to go? Have you been to Clean yet? You got to go
No.
to Killeen. We're all over there. Okay, yeah, from the military and stuff. There's a bunch of Puerto Ricans out there.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
But if I told her, just tell her anything. I'll make the arroz con gandules with the pení. Okay, we'll get the bacalaitos. We'll do everything
Oh
for
my
April to
gosh,
come.
bacalaitos,
I know. I miss
yes.
bacalaitos. My mom hasn't made it for me in a long time.
So when did you come to Texas?
I moved to Texas. I'm 31 now. I moved here when I was 15.
Oh, so
it
you're
was
like-
terrible when we first moved here. I'm originally from Long Island. That's where
Right.
I'm from. And
Okay.
you know, we had the beach everywhere. We had the 7-Eleven.
Right.
Girl, we didn't even have 7-Eleven out here.
Oh
Like
my
how we don't have 7-Eleven, I can't get a Slurpee. You know what I'm talking about? We can't walk to the store.
I've never been to a 7-Eleven in
You
the Bronx.
haven't?
I mean,
Oh,
there
okay,
are
well,
7-Elevens in the Bronx, but it's not
Right.
something where I'm like,
But like, you know, like I feel like in Long Island we had a 7-Eleven every
Right,
corner.
that's true.
And then when we moved here, it's like there is no store. You can't walk to the store.
no.
Yeah, okay.
You are a freak if you walk on the
Yes,
street.
for
Like, I lived
sure.
in California.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it's the same thing you have to drive.
Yeah, definitely. I got you. Well, listen, April, I can just call you April, right? I keep wanting to call you Eva.
call me Eva.
No, I'm going to call you April, okay?
Call me April.
Well, of course, you're here to promote your new book, Embracing Me. Now, mine is actually in transit, okay, from Amazon.
I'm
Okay.
sad I can't sign
I know,
it.
I know. I was like, damn, but that's okay. I'm gonna send it to you, and you're gonna have to send it back. Okay?
I'll do that for
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna send it to UPS.
Okay.
But shout out to Jonathan Olvera for bringing the book. But you know what, April, for people who may not know who you are, like I said, we know you all from the movie. Can we get to know a little bit about you, life growing up and such, please?
Of course. I grew up in the Boogie Down Bronx.
Darling.
Yes.
Yes.
I grew up, you know, it is the home of hip hop.
Mhm.
It is, to me, one of the greatest places.
Yeah.
It's who made me. It's what has made me into the
Yeah.
woman that I am today. I feel like I survived many things in Hollywood because I was a tough girl from the Boogie Down Bronx.
That's it.
I grew up during the crack epidemic era. So
Okay.
to see and be in New York at that time and make it out
Mhm.
is an amen,
It's-
hallelujah moment
absolutely, for
because
sure.
not all of us get to really make it out.
Right.
So that's who I was, and I've just always had this dream to be something more.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And
You
I think
made
like
it.
we just have that New York hustle.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Hey, I have to give one more shout out too because I saw you guys are friends on Facebook. I've never met her in person. Miss
Yes.
Jeannie Ortega, Law.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's my home. That's
Is
my
that your homie?
homie.
I was a fan back in the
Are
day.
you
I was a
serious?
fan. Crowded was my jam.
I
That
am-
whole No Place by Brooklyn was my CD. Okay. And then I
Oh my
stalked your Facebook, which you
gosh.
have to accept my Facebook friend request.
Okay.
And I saw that was our only one mutual friend. And I was like,
Wow,
oh, I love
how
Jeannie.
Random.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
know she wrote a song
Uh-huh.
for the Freedom Writers
She did.
soundtrack.
Yes, she did. Was it It's Our
And
Time? Or
it-
which one was it?
I
No,
don't
it wasn't.
remember.
I don't remember either. Oh, that's
I
sorry,
just
Jeannie.
know like when
Okay.
she was there, I saw her and I was like, "Oh, you Brooklyn Bronx,"
That's
you know that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then when we were promoting the film,
Uh-huh.
it was myself, her, and the real woman that I actually played, the real girl that I
Yeah,
played. And we went on like a 5-city tour, and it's
That's what's
Interesting
up.
memories.
I just wanted to, if she watches this, just say hey.
Just in
We've
case.
messaged before, but we've
Oh.
never met in person. So,
I
yeah.
will relay
She knows
the
I'm a
message.
fan. Please do. And if you
I
see Lumi D in New
will.
York City, tell her I said hi too. Because I love her. Anyway, no. So did you have to face a lot of hardship? I mean, you mentioned that you grew up in the crack era in the Bronx.
Right.
So was there a lot of hardships that you and your family had to face that might have like hindering you from succeeding?
I mean, who didn't have hardships, right? And who wasn't like sort of abused in those times?
Well, we're
Like,
Puerto Rican. We were always getting our ass beat. Okay.
right? I'm like,
All right.
I think who wasn't abused during
Why
the
is this
80s?
door locked?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, it was just like you didn't know that you didn't have because you weren't surrounded by anyone who really had more than you.
For sure.
It's only until you move on and you're just there like, oh, eating rice with ketchup every night is
amazing. White rice with ketchup.
like, I mean,
I love her.
It is.
I want to keep her, please.
There's nothing better. And let me
Yes.
tell you, I have a 10-year-old daughter
Yes.
who I tried to make her arroz blanco
Yeah.
with ketchup and eggs, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And she nearly like barfed. And she was like, what is this? And I was
Girl.
like, are you judging my childhood?
Yes.
I survived on this. And
For
she just was
sure.
not feeling it.
And that to us back in the day was like a commodity. Like I loved that. That was my favorite
That
thing
was,
to eat.
that's
Yeah.
every day my mother, arroz blanco.
Yeah.
And if, you're just like, how could you not like it?
Nah,
But
for sure. I got
she's
you.
a little diva, she likes sushi.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
You guys are still staying in the Bronx though, right?
Yes, I still
yeah,
live
you
in the
still reside in the
Bronx.
Bronx. Okay, when I go up there, I'm gonna have to visit you.
Please,
Yes.
you must.
Yes, I went to Manhattan a few years ago. again, when I go, I make New York City a day trip. You know what I mean? And we went to Kazunori on 5th Street, I believe, in Manhattan. That's a sushi place. You guys got to go try it out. Okay, just go try it out. Okay, so April. Obviously, I want to jump right into the acting first. Okay, so like I said, a lot of us know you as Eva from the movie Freedom Writers. But before, I know you did some things before that. Like if I understand, you were doing some stand-up comedy and stuff like that. Right, with John
started
Leguizamo,
as a stand-up comedian. I saw John Leguizamo perform Mambo Mouth.
Hot.
Mambo, I said mouth. That's how you know I'm a New Yorker. Mambo Mouth. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I was like so inspired because I never saw anyone who looked like me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was our Lin-Manuel before Lin-Manuel, right? Because everyone's like, oh my God, Lin-Manuel. I'm like, before him was John Leguizamo.
Okay.
And it just was one of these things where I went to Hunter College. I played sports. I really thought sports and athleticism would be a part of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I walked into the chemistry class, and then I walked right out. I was like, I am not.
I ain't doing all this mess. Okay.
This right here is not for science.
Thank you. That's what I said. Or construction or building. Okay. Yes. Now I want a man that does that.
Right.
Okay, April. Yes,
right.
With dirty fingernails.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay.
I just walked in and I was like, yeah, we're not doing this because that would be a waste of a gift.
Okay.
Why not become an actor and starve for the rest of my life?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Eat $1 pizza and call it a day, or Arroz Blanco with
right,
ketchup.
or ramen noodles,
or ramen noodles,
stuff that gives you diabetes. It's
okay,
great.
for sure. Don't forget the plátano maduro.
That's true.
Okay, you can't be forgetting all that with the.
I'm a tostones woman though.
Oh, okay, but I am too. Yeah, I would just. You look like a plátano maduro kind of girl.
Really?
Yes.
Is it my skin?
I don't know. I was just getting those vibes.
Maybe it's my faja. I don't know.
No. So yeah, you started off with the comedy. Okay.
So I did stand-up comedy,
right.
and I decided to really pursue and take this seriously, because my mom was like, I don't know what the hell acting is, but figure your life out. And I was like, okay. And
just
I
make
booked
sure you
a
move
commercial.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah.
I booked a commercial, which was the Yao Ming commercial with Yogi Berra, which aired on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
That to me was, I made it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was on a whole bunch of magazines when magazines were actually like what people loved.
People did,
right? I was in GQ magazine. I was just in a whole bunch of other magazines.
Yeah,
and
for
it
sure.
was this trajectory of like, I started working a lot really fast.
Got you.
So I did a whole bunch of shows. I don't even know how many I've done. So many.
So is Freedom Writers your first biggest?
That was my
role?
biggest film.
Your biggest film? Okay,
yes,
got
and
you.
I've done so much television.
Yeah, girl, I just saw you yesterday on Law & Order. Okay.
Really?
I just saw you yesterday on Law & Order SVU.
Oh my God.
I did, girl. I was doing my homework. Don't play with me.
Yes.
I told everybody, shut up. I got to do something important tomorrow, and I gotta go watch Eva on. Okay.
I mean, that's like the thing that actors do when you don't do like a Law and Order. You're like, man, I must suck.
Okay, yeah.
Just because that's just who doesn't do Law and Order?
Yeah.
And now they've been. I mean, SVU has been on for almost close to over 20 years. I think it's 21 years now.
It's crazy, and it's still lit.
I just want those residuals. That's it.
Okay.
I don't need
Give
like
me the monies, and we good. Okay.
I don't need to be on set. I just want your residuals because it's forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Forever, you're getting residuals.
And now you're streaming. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you end up getting cast for Freedom Writers as Eva? I mean, was that something like? How did that all come about for you?
I had auditioned, I believe, like twice in New York City.
Okay.
And at that same time, that's when I booked ER. That's before Grey's Anatomy was here, and I ended up booking a recurring role.
Yeah.
That was like my first, more than one episode.
What's up?
And I moved to LA.
Okay.
No license, no car, straight
That's it.
hood. Straight up like, we're gonna figure this out.
With the baggy jeans.
That's it.
Okay.
And then you realize you get to LA and you're like, oh no, I need a car.
Yeah.
So I had a third audition.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't really understand how big and important Freedom Writers was.
Okay.
Like I really didn't. I didn't. I was like, oh, okay, they did this, they did that.
Yeah.
But then once you started filming, you understood. Oh, this is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But it's become this classic film.
Right.
That now everyone knows it, even to this day, especially when the George Floyd was happening.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It resurfaced and had apparently I have like this meme of like I say I hate white people and it was tweeted like over almost like 90,000 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
and
you were
like,
in the meme.
I'm the meme.
Yeah, you're the meme.
When
okay.
I say I hate white people.
because in the movie you say that. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, for sure.
So
jeez,
I think I made it. That's it.
That's
I can go home.
Was it challenging playing a role like that though? Because it was based off of a real person. I mean, did you get to meet that person?
I mean, it's always terrifying when you're going to play someone real.
Yeah.
Number two, I wasn't Mexican. So I was like, man, I don't have a Mexican accent. I didn't, you know, and they were like, that's not what you want to focus on.
Okay.
You want to focus on the girl and her story.
Right, gotcha.
And I ended up playing this young woman and who was a fabulous, fierce, just
no
powerful,
nonsense. Yes.
no nonsense little Mexican woman. Tough. She would wear heels like this big, well, hoops this big. I was like, oh my gosh, we're soul sisters. I love you.
Yeah, for sure.
And she was feisty and she was powerful, and I understood why I got the role. You know, I think when I auditioned, it was the I hate white people monologue that I had to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just remember walking in the room and I'm seeing other Latina actresses, and I was like, y'all need to go home. Okay. This is fine. Name it and claim it.
We
okay.
got this. All right. Go ahead and step aside. Did you find a lot of challenges playing that role, though? I mean,
I think the only thing for me was understanding racism more because I grew up in New York City and it is a melting pot.
Right. Everybody's there.
Everyone is there, right?
Sure.
You can get on the D train, whatever train. You're sitting next to millionaires going to, you know, Wall Street. You're sitting next to Muslims, whoever. So it's like I couldn't understand the beef and the racism between the blacks and Asians. Or that was very foreign to me.
I got you. Yeah, most definitely. Did you get a lot of feedback from the actual person? Is it Maria Hernandez? Is that her name or
Maria?
Reyes. Okay. Why did I say Hernandez?
No, she loved it. I mean, she had a lot of input, and she was like, "Y'all better find somebody who can bring it."
That's what's up.
And I think, you know, there were other actresses that were up for it, but I just remember saying, "No, this is okay. Let's do this."
That's it. That's what's
you
up.
know,
yeah.
I came all the way to Hollywood to make my dream come true, and then to work with, you know, a 2-time Oscar winner.
Oh yeah. That's got to be scary in itself, though, girl.
It was terrifying.
Okay.
It was terrifying.
I think before you got here was sick.
I remember seeing her and I was like, oh, hi,
Is she at least nice? Is she at least nice? She's nice.
She was.
Yeah, that's what's up.
She's so petite. And I was like, I feel like Mr. Potato next to you.
I got
you. Hugging her, I'm like, I'm going to go vomit. No, it's just one of those.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Aside from that role, has there been any other parts that you've played that have been super challenging for you where you're like, ooh, I don't know about all this?
I don't know. I think the role of being a mom right now. That was something I didn't really sign up for, but it happened.
Yeah. Any parts you regret playing though? Or?
No, I don't regret anything of right now. I don't think so. Unless you find something that's a little ratchet, you might. But
no, yeah, let's do it. Let's Google ratchet April Hernandez-Castillo.
Yeah. No, I feel like all the television shows that I've done, it's always been exciting. It's always been like I'm here for this. Let's do this.
That's what's up. Well, goodness, April, I definitely want to get more into knowing more about you. I definitely want to talk about the book, other things that are going on in your life, but we're going to take a quick little break, okay? And when we get back, we're going to learn more about April Hernandez-Castillo. We're going to learn more about the book that's out now, Embracing Me, which I can't wait for my copy to come in on Amazon, okay? I'm going to send it to you so we can get signed, and more. So make sure you guys stay tuned in here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this really, really great episode of The Public Affair with Miss April Hernandez-Castillo. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to the queen, Miss Juliana Resendez with JR Renovations. She's a general contractor specializing in commercial businesses and residential homes. She is a true queen, girl, leveling the playing field in a male-dominated industry. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at JR Renovations and call the number on the screen right now for your consultation. My girl, Juliana, keep it pushing, girl. Keep it pushing. You know I'm here for you. I love you. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up, they haul it away. If the car breaks down, you call Julian, he comes picks you up. He says he's going to be there in 20 minutes, but he gets there in 10. All right? Super affordable, super reliable. He also does junk removals, tree brush removals, and hauls cars in and out of town. Book now with the number on the screen. To Julian and Ana Banda, thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness, of course, to Embrace Fitness with Lisette, Luna, and Amanda Switzer. They teach group fitness classes that are fun and dynamic, darling. They specialize in total body workouts by Escalate and by Jackie and Zumba Step. Classes are Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. them. And if you need a building to rent out for parties and small events, they got you too. You just got to hit them up. You got to hit them up and they ask, they got you. Lisette, Amanda, thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Ooh, of course, to Ali's Driving with Alexis and Diana Rivas, their convenience store located where the old Kobe's is here in South Waco, 2105 Dutton Avenue. You can stop by for delicious snacks or a cold drink because me and Emma are thirsty. We're thirsty. If you need a beer for a party or yourself, they got you with a huge freezer stocked with a wide selection of ice cold beer, or you can order from the kitchen too with the delicious selection of food to satisfy your appetite or to go with that cold beer. Stop by this monumental convenience spot in South Waco today. To Alexis and Diana, thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Parkway National Insurance with Nancy Pulsini, who provides insurance for all commercial trucks and tractor trailers, and also for all contractors, along with home and auto insurance. You can call the number on the screen, basically for all your insurance inquiries. She got you. Habla español también. To my girl Nancy Pulsini, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, I can't go on without thanking my boy, Mr. Sid Rodriguez, who got me all snackish for this episode of The Public Affair at Elite Barbershop. Look, I'm a snack, right? I'm a snack. Take me back to the Bravo stop. Located on Hewitt Drive, you can call the number on the screen to book or download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. They also have Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, and Isai. All snacks making you look super snackish as well. Elite Barbershop, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it with my very, very special guest, Miss April Hernandez-Castillo. I'm so excited. Here we go. I'm so excited that you're here. I really am.
Wow, you're hired. No.
Yes, please. Okay. Me and Allison, we're ready. We're ready when you are. You just say, okay. I don't have a job. No, okay. Well, first of all, I want to get right back into it. So, of course, your new book is out now, Embracing Me. It's a memoir about your life, correct? And you know what I like about this at first glance? It looks like a simple read.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't look like you're going to be like in it for too long. Yeah. It's like, you know, I'm excited to read it because it's not that long. Oh. No, you know what I mean? No, because you know those books like Harry Potter? Girl, I'm not trying to read no Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter is like this big. Like, oh, I got like things to do. That's the best compliment.
I'm gonna read your book because it looks short.
Because no, but I'm sure. Did that sound wrong? I'm sorry.
No, that's like the best compliment.
Is it for real? Okay, good.
I was very strategic in that because I do understand that people are so busy and so distracted today. Okay. We really are, right? At any moment you're sitting down, the phone goes off, and I wanted it to feel as if you and I are just having a conversation. So when you read it, you're gonna be like, oh, I hear April's voice.
Oh, sweet.
I hear it. Especially if you are a New Yorker.
Yes.
I talk about New York. That's the first thing of being born in the Bronx. Yeah. And it just takes you back to all of those things that are very nostalgic.
What inspired you to write a memoir about your life?
Well, none of the pandemic happened, right?
So you were bored.
Well, technically I wasn't because I had kids at home for 24 hours a day. And I was like, And it was just one of those things of like, wow, my friend who published it, Boricua Jr., who has from Impact Publishing, shout out to him.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't have anything to do because the world just stopped. And I was like, well, technically I don't have anything to do other than be a mom.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's really work on my story.
Yeah.
And they were just like, it was just perfect. Okay. It really was perfect. So I would write from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh, okay.
And then my kids would get up at 7 and because that was the only time where I would get silence.
Right. Well, because they're in school and stuff like that.
Well, no, my kids were homeschooled.
Oh, they were homeschooled because it was COVID. Hello, I missed the whole part. Okay.
And how I survived that, I have no idea.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just, so my husband shot the cover.
It's so cute.
He's a photographer.
First of all, you're gorgeous. You're so gorgeous.
Thank you, darling.
I feel like I need to make a cover photo like this for The Public Affair. I'm going to show you mine. I think you're going to like it too. Yeah. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to your DMs. Okay, did you find it challenging writing a memoir about your life though? I mean, revisiting all the things that you went through. There were certain
things that I was the last... You know, my biggest thing was talking about my abortion. Like, I travel and I talk and I've done a TEDx talk. I've gone on so many stages, but talking about my abortion was really like the last part I needed to fully embrace me as a woman.
Okay, I got you.
So when I'm talking about embracing me, I'm like, yeah, that's truly just embracing every little piece about who you are, who you were, all the things that you went through and being absolutely... okay.
For sure. I got you.
You know?
I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about the abortion, if that's okay. Because I know that that's something that women, it's so hard for you guys to have to make those choices and stuff like that. What were your circumstances like, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, of course. I was being abused.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Hello.
I was in a very abusive relationship. And when I found out that I became pregnant, I thought, my goodness, I cannot bring a child into this world.
Okay.
And I was a teenager. I was terrified.
Yeah, for sure.
But having the abortion was the harder than being abused.
Okay. Oh, really?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
It tortured me for many years. It took me 20 years to actually talk about my abortion.
Oh, wow, really?
Because people are just so judgmental.
Well, they be
and
talking,
mean.
right? Yeah.
People are mean.
Got something to say all the time.
And whether you are from the faith community or whatever it is, it's like until you are in that position where you have to make that decision, and everybody has their own reason why they make that decision.
Right.
But for me, I was like, I just can't be. I'm not prepared. Number one, and I don't want to be connected to someone who almost tried to kill me. So like let's just keep it real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I did it in.
Did you tell anybody that you were doing it though when you did it? Like, did anybody know that you were pregnant?
There were just probably like 5 people who knew.
Oh, wow.
But my parents didn't know.
Okay.
You know, I went to Catholic school. Like
Yeah.
I was going straight to hell, Nene. All right. The fact that I was even in a relationship, I was going straight to hell.
Yeah.
So when you have those things and you're thinking like, oh my goodness,
What is going on?
And my mom and my dad used to always tell me like, don't get pregnant, do this, do that,
Right.
and all of these things were happening to me. The level of shame that you experience, it was intense. And so
I got you for sure. And then about the abuse, I mean, because you were a teenager, you mentioned, right? So you were fairly young.
We started dating at like 16. So I want to say like around 16 and a half.
Right. Is this like
to
first love
20.
vibes?
Yeah,
This is the man of my
like,
dreams.
you know, the first boo.
Puerto Rican. He probably got the green eyes.
He was, no, actually, he was just exotic. He was dark, very darkly. He looked almost Native American in a sense. Like just someone that I'd never seen around the block.
For sure.
And I was just enamored with him, and then the beast came out, and it was done.
Right, for sure. Was it a long-term abuse, or were you
Yes.
was it just like one time?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It was around 3.5 years.
Oh, wow,
And
really?
when you're a teenager, think
April,
about
darling,
it, right?
yeah.
Like, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
What are we doing?
Well, I mean, but then you don't have a lot of direction either, I'm sure, right? I mean, because you probably didn't tell anybody that was going on.
No. Back then, you didn't talk about it.
You didn't talk about it, yeah.
There were no outlets the way we have now. There were no podcasts, social media. There were no resources.
Right.
I mean, for back then, it was just you went to a shelter, and so they didn't really have anything for teenagers.
Right.
And once again, it was the shame is why most women or whoever is being abused stay in that situation.
Right.
Because like who the hell wants to admit that?
Right.
And you're terrified. And also if you leave, you don't know how this person's going to react.
Okay. I was going to say, so when you did find the courage to pack up and leave, what was that experience like?
I didn't want to live anymore.
Oh, wow.
That's how real it was.
Yeah.
I thought I just want to end it. But I don't really want to end it.
Okay.
You know, which is why when I'm talking to kids who are having like these suicidal ideations, I'm like, you're having a really bad moment.
Right.
And if you hold on.
Right.
And if you can just go on a little bit more, I promise you it will get better for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you're a teenager, like you have so much more of your life to live. And for me, I just knew like, man, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And I prayed and I asked God to give me this power to leave.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was it. I really just was like, okay, I'm done.
So you just got up and peace out.
I called him and I was like, hey, it's over. And he came and it was a fight.
Oh, shoot.
But like, that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Was it? I mean, when you say it was a fight, I mean, did you guys have like a fist fight and then he left?
Like
or?
He came to my house and we spoke and we, you know, he obviously didn't want to break up with me.
Right.
It was intense.
Who wants to break up with April?
I mean, you know, darling.
Okay.
I'm just saying, honey.
She was a spicy Puerto Rican vibe.
I am a snack too. You know, nice strawberry.
Yes.
But it was one of those things of like, wow, okay, once I left, but it was in the in between where I left him, but then I kept going back for a little bit, and that's where I became pregnant.
Oh, okay. I see what's up. Okay. But then you're going back and he's still probably beating you.
No,
right?
it was different. It was different. I don't know what it was, but I remember it was just that moment where we had a night of intimacy, and I knew it. I was like, uh-oh.
You just felt it. It
was
damn. It was in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, something happened, and then I became pregnant.
I got you.
And when I told him, he was like, "You're lying." I'm like, well, not technically, friend, because there's a little human being inside of me.
I wasn't lying the other day.
Right. I'm not lying. I was there.
You were both there.
Right.
Yeah.
So that that was the, unfortunately that was it. And then I just was like, oh, hell no.
Right.
I will never be abused again.
Okay.
I will never fall into a situation where I'll allow anyone to take advantage of me.
Yeah, definitely. Was the main situation and part of the abortion the fact that you didn't want to give this abusive man a child, or like maybe he was going to abuse him, or did being so young play a part in that role as well?
I think it was all of that.
It was everything.
Right. And I also felt like I disappointed my parents.
Okay.
They tried their very best to send me to Catholic school and get me out as much as they could of the Bronx and give me some sort of future.
For sure.
So I knew, like, man, if I have a child, like,
it's going to stop everything.
I mean, look, I know successful moms who were teenage moms and they're kicking butt.
Yeah.
But it just adds a level of stress to your life that
you just weren't ready for it.
Only
you understand. That's what people need to understand. Only you understand it because you had to go through it. You know what I mean?
I had to go through it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a horrible experience. And for me, I never felt empowered. I didn't feel like, oh, this whole feminist thing. I just felt like I did it and I don't ever want to talk about it.
I got you.
Which was like the 20 years later of like, maybe I should talk about it.
Okay.
Because whatever you don't reveal, you don't heal from. Friend. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I got you. A lot of the guests that I have on this show, April, they it's their first time telling their story. You know what I mean? Talking about being in abusive relationships and stuff like that. So I'm really happy that you women, and some of us men too, I've had some men come on here and say, yeah, you know what I mean? And we both know it's a taboo. Men are not supposed to be weak. Men are not supposed to be having,
not at all.
There's no mental issues, no nothing. You know what I mean?
No.
So I'm glad that, you finally got the courage. When was the first time that you finally told somebody, okay, look, I was getting beat, I had an abortion? Who was the first person you told, and what was that all about?
Well, my husband, who we've been together for 21 years.
Oh, okay.
He's the love of my life. He's my boo. He's my everything.
Shout out to the husband.
Shout out to the husband who's holding it down. While mama is working. He's struggling right now with my daughters.
Really?
They look like they just fell off a ship. Anyway, combing their hair. But it was him that he was like this saving grace for me. He really came at a time where I just didn't know if I was ever capable of loving.
Okay.
And I didn't know if I was capable of being loved.
That's okay. I got you.
And he loved me in all of my mess.
Yeah.
And in all of my glory now.
Yeah.
And so when I revealed it to him, he's always been so empathetic and like it was just safe for me to be with him.
Okay. And I'm sure it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders as well.
Yeah,
like
when you finally like I get to confess. I had this moment, but publicly, professionally, I didn't talk about my abuse until 2010.
Okay.
But I left in like 1999, excuse me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a long time.
Very long time.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until maybe 2015, 16, where I spoke one time about my abortion.
Okay.
And then I was like, never again.
Never again.
Yeah, that was too much.
Oh,
really? No, we're not doing that.
Well, it's baby steps.
Yeah,
baby steps.
Baby
April.
steps.
Yeah, okay.
And then I did it in front of a huge stage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's okay. I got you. And your husband sounds like does he have any cousins or brothers for me or anything like that? Maybe some uncles.
I can ask.
Ask, please.
I would.
I'll move back to New York in 2 seconds. All right. Somebody building them buildings. I got the arroz con gandules for you at the house. All right. What are you making tonight? Malangas. No, for real.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah, I'm too much for the men out here in Waco, girl.
I
am.
I'm much. Like, how do you handle this?
I don't. I'm too much for myself too. That's the problem.
Love it.
I've embraced the fact that I'm going to be single for a very long time. It's like I just told you during our break. Like I think I was just a little bit much for people. I'm very out there, and whatever.
But I'm so glad that like you don't conform.
No, you want to know what I think about? I'm just going to talk about Waco for a little bit because you are here.
Right.
This is your first time in the city?
In Waco. Yes.
Yes. Girl, when I moved here 15, 16 years ago, it was very closed-minded. I was never ridiculed for being gay. Thank God. Nobody ever ridiculed me for that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, and I've always been very open about that. But I think now, like even like a lot of my friends, they're straight guys, and you can tell like sometimes they're a little bit like weird about who sees us hanging out with each other. But I understand because it's like automatically we're sleeping with each other, and that's not the case. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. So people are just like that, and I see it and I get it, but that's okay. Like I want them. It's flow. And they know I'm just official. I'm very open with that. I'm very slutty. And that's
Right.
it. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I do. All right. At least I'm keeping it official. Leave me alone. Let me do me. All right. Listen, I've had over 125 episodes of this show and I showed my ass every single time. All right, April. Okay, that's all.
Yes.
But you know what? The city, I will say the city really has embraced me in this podcast. I'm very blessed. I am.
I love that.
They love it. It's
I
different.
think, it's just this thing where Puerto Ricans, we're just different. My husband be like, Puerto Rican was kind of different. I'm like, that's right. That's right, we different. That's right, we different. I don't know what it is about. We're just
outspoken and just don't care. We just like, what the hell?
And we are a lot to a lot of people, but to us, we're like, this is normal. What are we doing?
Well, and just to clarify, as much as I am much for a lot of people, especially growing up,
right,
if we would have had some coquitos and Greg or something, girl, this would have been, I don't know about now 45 minutes. We in here, cancel whatever's going on next. But yeah, no, we would have turned. But I will say a lot of people have been embracing. They're embracing me, and I like it. They're embracing me. Okay,
I love it.
Looking in the book. Okay, so I got you. You ever think about how you're going to talk to your daughter? Have you spoken to your kids about the things that you've been through?
I think she's heard me in conversation because I've done so many interviews on Zoom or whatever. But this is like my love letter to them.
Oh, okay.
I wrote this so that way one day when they can understand, I want them to know everything about me because I didn't know anything about my mom. I came from that era where the mothers didn't speak about their past. It was just like, I'm your mom and that's it.
That's it.
And for me, I'm not trying to be their best friend right now because I'm their mother. That's what they need.
Right, for sure.
But when they get to that age where we can hey, who are you? And I'm constantly telling my daughters, I'm a woman first. Before you came into my life, I was a woman who had abs. Now I don't.
Okay.
Where
but
did
now you got tiger stripes, girl. Don't play.
I thank God I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Thank God I don't.
Okay, good.
But
okay.
it's,
I'm not assuming that you do.
It's a little kangaroo pouch, but what am I going to do?
You said C-section.
I had 2 C-sections.
So,
There's nothing you can do. I just go the faja, I better hold it.
That's it. But no, it's funny that you say that because now that I think about it, I don't know too much about my parents' past. We never really talk about it.
Most of us don't.
And we never talked about being gay. Me and my dad have never had that conversation. He knows. All his coworkers watch the show and they think I'm lit. But we just never talked about it. That's just weird. That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
That is.
It is. But that's the thing. You just be like, okay, when my cousin, when he came out, my mom used to be like, this, I think I'm like, what, mom, gay?
Gay, okay.
Say it. And she'd be like, he got a little sugar in his tank. The old school Boricua.
Puerto Rican moms be messy because my mom used to tell my cousins to ask me, all right? And then she's going to deny that to her deathbed.
And then, listen, and then when he finally came out to me, I was like, full, I knew that when you were crocheting with my mom. Who was crocheting at the age of 8 and crochet something really nice? Okay. And he was like, really? I go, Papa,
please,
yes.
don't play
I just want you to be okay. I want you to be just please. I don't ever want you to feel like, when you're around, but my mom's old school and when she was alive, she'd be like, there's no holding hands. There's no holding hands when you with your,
with your
and I'm like,
and stuff,
okay, mom, even though he pays bills, it's fine.
It's great though, because I tell all my straight friends, I can't wait till I have a nice construction worker man who decides he wants to be gay for me, that I have him at all the parties so I can kiss him in front of all of them. I can't wait for those days. It's coming, guys. It's coming. And I'm gonna be like, ooh, babe.
I said a construction man.
Yeah, building I-35. So that way you guys aren't stuck in traffic.
That's true.
Okay, you know what? Gosh, April, I know you guys are on a time crunch, but there's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Your daughter Summer Rose, she stars in Alma's Way, which is a cartoon, right? Yep. Can you talk to me? How much of an inspiration did you play for her to do something like that? Was that something that she wanted to do, or?
No, I mean, listen, I think she's finding her own way. I think she's finding her own just platform.
Okay.
But obviously being in a home where both of her parents are creatives and me being in the industry and me being a speaker, I would always prepare and she would watch me.
Yeah.
And she just found it. She just found it. She just has it.
Okay.
And so the cartoon was created by Sonia Manzano, who we all know as Maria from Sesame Street.
Oh, yes.
And every time I am around her, I still don't know how to act. Okay. Because I'm like, Summer, that was everybody's tia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And she was the one person that resembled us.
Yeah, most
on
definitely.
such a big platform.
Right.
And then when you meet her, you're just down to earth. So Alma's Way is about this 6-year-old little girl who lives in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And my daughter is the voice of the main character. So they got a season 2.
Oh,
and last week we were in LA. She won an Imagen Award for Best Voiceover Actor.
Congrats to her.
And she beat out Zoe Saldana. That's all I'm going to say.
Darling,
I'm
darling,
just,
darling. Oh, take a sip of Pretend that there's Grey Goose in here, please.
I'm totally doing that.
Listen, JR, you know I'm mad at you. I was going to bring her booze. All right. He said probably not.
And when they called her name, I literally was like, oh,
shit. Okay.
Shit, they really called her name.
That's what's
I was
up.
like, yeah, I was like, the BX was in the
Loud, okay.
house, of course, keeping it classy
Yes.
somewhat.
How do you, with you being a successful actress and now author and all the accomplishments that you have, and surely you're giving your kids a different life than you had growing up. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Right.
How do you keep them humbled and grounded and not spoiled brats? You know what I mean?
They go and clean the bathroom.
Really?
You know that dark spot in the bathroom of the toilet where
Girl.
there's hell. You know that there are demons back there. And you just go, oh, you won the award? Fantastic. Now go and get the rug and do what you need to do and then clean your room.
So they're still doing chores.
Absolutely.
She's on a great cartoon winning awards.
She has a bank account. My girl be like, I could go shopping. I'm like, you can. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't play that.
No,
I don't have time for raising a brat. I don't have time to raise a child who is not grateful.
Right.
I don't have time to raise a child who doesn't have manners.
I got you.
I'm like, we're not doing that.
Okay, and stay in the room when the adults come over.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Why are you talking? Okay, nobody asked you nothing. What are you doing?
Why are you here?
I see the dark spot. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's one
Okay.
of those things where we're constantly talking to her, and she, like, we live in an okay neighborhood in the Bronx, but we're ready to just leave. We're done because the Bronx is on fire right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But when she goes back to where my dad lives, is where I grew up. I go, oh, you see the difference.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm like, welcome to the hood,
To the
mama.
hood, okay.
And she's like, what's the hood? I'm like, you're
Girl,
in it.
here it goes.
You're in
All
it
right.
right now. So she understands,
Yeah.
and it's a constant having her just understanding, like, hard work.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what's up.
Let's celebrate for a little bit, but then understand, like, there's more
There's
work
still
to
things
do.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got her whole life ahead of her. Yeah, I mean,
Literally has her whole
so
life.
get it together. It's just the beginning.
Like, you're gonna pay for college, so let's go.
Okay. All right, my residuals, they late. Freedom Riders, they forgot.
It's one of those things where it's just, and she understands that, and that makes me proud.
That's good.
She's not a brat. She's just they looking at you like
yeah.
this.
Okay. Listen. Yeah. Okay. April's gotta go. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. No. Listen. First of all, big ups to you and everything that you've accomplished, and I'm so grateful again that you're here. What's next for you? What can we expect next? I mean, obviously the book is out now.
Yes.
We can get it on
please get the
Amazon,
book.
anywhere you can get books. Okay.
Speaking, I've been doing that, which is like growing so much. Like I said, shout out to Texas State University.
Yeah.
My focus right now is really managing my daughter.
Okay.
My husband retiring and us elevating. We were shooting a documentary, so hopefully we get to finally finish it.
I can't wait to see it. Please send it to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Being a document, you're like, oh,
Yes.
wow. I didn't realize how hard this was.
Yeah, for sure.
But really just, elevating her and everything that we do together.
Okay, so your main focus right now is your daughter's
Is my daughter,
career. Okay,
yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that we can expect to see you on in the future, though? or-
Not that I know of.
I mean, because
but,
you're a prominent actress. It's not over
Yeah,
for
I'm
you,
still
you know what I
auditioning.
mean?
I'm still
Yeah.
working. I mean, last year I worked several times. I was on The Prodigal Son. I was on Gossip Girl. So
Okay.
people are asking me like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm always working,
That's
honey.
it.
All the
That's it.
time.
Yeah. You're
know?
booked and busy.
Yeah.
All right. And when are you going back to the Bronx tomorrow?
I leave on Thursday.
On Thursday. Well, thank you so much for dropping by.
This was amazing.
No, it's so great to meet you, honestly, and I'm so happy that you had a good time. I really am.
I
I just wanted her
did.
to be regular. That's all okay? Okay. No Hollywood nothing.
You know, I'm just a regular schmegular girl from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
In the words of Cardi B.
Tell Cardi we said hey. All right. April, thank you so much again. You guys don't forget to pick up her new book. It's out now, Embracing Me. I can't wait to get my copy. I'm gonna DM you, for your address. I'm not gonna go stalk you. I promise. I just need to send it to you so you can sign it
sign
me,
it.
please.
I will. I promise
you. You can ask Adassa and Jeannie. I'm not crazy. I promise. I'm booked and busy here. All right?
I love it.
All right. No, thank you. It was such an honor. I loved meeting you. Thank you so much. To everybody who tuned into this episode, thank you guys again so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Miss April Hernandez. Thank you so much for coming. Before we go, let me give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors. We got some time. Yes, a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the sooooo Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Avenue. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training. Girl, they also have elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete. Open plays Mondays and Wednesdays for ages 16 and older at 8:30 p.m. Only $5 to play. Morrow, he's short. He's a little silly buns. All right, it's only $5 to play. Thank you so much, sooooo Soccer Academy. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at sooooo Soccer Academy and sooooo Soccer 254 respectively. Of course, to Montezuma Boxing with my boy Edward Barragan. It's a boxing gym dedicated to train you to be a superb boxer and of course to get into shape. Darling, they offer walk-in workout classes at 5:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. And of course, you can sign up for their boxing classes to improve that hand-to-eye coordination and overall better physical conditions. Girl, you already know Montezuma Boxing is training champions, darling. Call the number on the screen or follow on Facebook. Montezuma Boxing, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Vias Transportation LLC with Pelon Villa and Yasmin Landeros. They provide power-only services locally and over the road at an affordable rate. They also move freight in the dry van, such as boxed items, palleted materials, most retail dry goods, and more. And now Yasmin's out there doing hot shot services, girl. Yes, get your life. They're independently owned. Call the number on the screen today for more information. To Vias Transportation LLC, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Sonia's event planning and rentals, girl, with Sonia Childers. She's an event planner that specializes in weddings, quinceañeras, baby showers, corporate events, and more. Now, she's appointments only, but you can take the stress of planning your event off your shoulders by reaching out for a consultation at Childers1994@yahoo.com or call the number on the screen to my girl Sonia's event planning. Sonia Childers, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor, girl. I truly appreciate you. Oh my goodness, of course, my boy Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more, darling. Definitely a jack of all trades and your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. My boy Jeffrey out there doing it. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, bro. And of course, of course, the Fat Boy Michelada y Botana with my boy Junior Banda, who provides the best michelada and botana plates for yourself. You gotta try some. If you were here later, I would get you one. Right? He has a menu of a ton of different items, including botana boats, chamois, pickles, and more, locally operated. So make sure you get the best and not the rest. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fat Boy Michelada y Botana. Place your order now. My boy Junior Banda with Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor. To everybody that tuned into this episode, thank you guys again so much. I'm so humbled and overjoyed to have had Miss April Hernandez-Castillo here on The Public Affair. Thank you, girl. And don't forget, guys, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.